I've been waiting 2 whole years to get to make this video. Welcome to my yearly Pokemon video. This year, we're doing a Drag Race Pokemon region video. But it's going to be a little different than my previous 2 Pokemon region videos. In those 2, I picked the Pokemon that are going to be present based on the 2 themes elected for the videos. But in this video, I'm going over the 8 gym leaders, the Elite 4, and the champion of the RuPaul's Drag Race Pokemon region, with an added bonus 5 battle challenge if you beat the champion. Now that there are 12 winners of the main show, I can finally do this video. So let me tell you the methodology of determining the order of the gym leaders and which type they got. The order is essentially derived from my ranking the winners video, with the spots 12 through 5 being the gym leaders, the top 4 queens being the Elite 4, and RuPaul being the champion. Instead of assigning a type to each queen based on their personality or their style, I went with being objective, taking stats from the actual games. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I went through the main games of each of the first 6 Pokemon generations, marked down the type of each gym and Elite 4 trainer, and the amount of Pokemon each of them has. Next, I assigned points and gave it to each type. The first gym carrying 1 point only, while the final Elite 4 member carried 12 points. So, a table was created, points were assigned, they were summed up for each type, and then divided by 6 for the original 15 types, divided by 5 for Steel and Dark, which were introduced in Gen 2, and divided by 1 for the Fairy type, which was introduced in Gen 6. From there, I got this table and this ranking of the weakest to the strongest type, or rather least to most used and valued types, which I then assigned to the queens. It's not an exact science, so these 12 were assigned to the winners of the main show, whereas these 6 were assigned to the All-Stars winners. Next, I employed the help of a friend who knows Pokemon way more and better than I do. I gave him a short description for each queen, their assigned type, and the amount of Pokemon that they would need. Staying with the theme of Drag Race, beating the gym leaders earns you smaller amounts of money, 1,000 Pokédollars, 2,000, 3,000, etc. Whereas beating the Elite 4 member earns you 10,000 Pokédollars. Beating RuPaul, the champion, earns you 100,000 Pokédollars. So with all of this in mind, let's look at the 8 gym leaders and the Elite 4 of the Drag Race Pokemon region. The first gym leader of this region and the first winner you would encounter on your journey would be Bibi Benet. Bibi would greet you in her All-Stars 3 promo look, because I found it to best resemble the type assigned to her, the Rock type. Bibi's dialogue to the trainer would mention the fact that she's the first winner, and as that, the first obstacle you have to overcome. But given her status as the weakest winner, and her being the only winner that also lost another season, with one of the worst types in Pokemon, she does not pose much of a challenge. Before battling her, she will tell you, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, I'm the fiercest of them all." If you happen to lose to her, before being taken to the Pokemon Center, she would tell you, "Another day, another sleigh." But if you do beat her, she will just say, "Out of respect for Dayla," and she will hand you a TM, the badge and the prize money. And her Pokemon. Well, Bibi only has 2 Pokemon. A Lileep, which represents Bibi's beauty and mysteriousness, and then Sudowoodo at level 15 to represent how she was able to blend in with the cast of All-Stars 3. Bibi is regal, fierce, and mysterious, but takes herself a little too seriously. Next gym battle is up against Eevee Oddly. Now let me tell y'all, Eevee could have been assigned to normal, flying, or grass type. And I did not want to reduce Eevee to a joke about smoking weed by giving her either of the latter 2 types, so in a situation of irony, Eevee's gym is the normal type gym. It would be kind of an interesting concept, given her outlandish style and bright colors. It clashes in the most fun way possible. Eevee's dialogue to the trainer would just be her doing her laugh. The 2 Pokemon in her party that are around level 20 are Spinda first, obviously, kind of the silliest normal type Pokemon with the same stats across the board, while her second Pokemon would be Dunsparce, an underrated legend, much like her. Eevee is very out of the box, fun, fair, and a great performer, but a little rough around the edges. The third leader you would encounter on your journey would be Bob the Drag Queen, the electric type trainer. Bob got this type, well, honestly, just because of this look, and because of how good she looks in yellow, but also because of her electrifying personality. When approaching Bob and initiating the battle, she will say, "Is Red scared of blue? Then Bob ain't scared of your name." Bob's team consists of 3 Pokémon, Heliolisk, Luxio, and Electabuzz. Bob got really strong Pokémon, but maybe in the case of the latter 2, not reaching their full potential. The pick of Electabuzz, one of the best electric types in the game, stems from the fact that, while being great, it does look a little silly sometimes. Thus, Bob is a jack of all trades and a master of most. However, not always the most polished looking, though she's been turning looks for the past 2 years really. Then, she's also very smart and very likable. The fourth gym is the Steel type gym, because Violet Chachki allegedly did steal Sharon's crown. I can't wait until somebody sucks the fun out of that pun in the comments. Anyways, Violet Chachki is the gym leader of the Steel type gym, and she doesn't really have dialogue with you. She just rolls her eyes when you approach her and says whatever, either if you win or lose. Her party consists of Mawile, Skarmory, and Lucario. As you can see, this and the last gym are a little more challenging than the first 2. Violet is very confident, maybe a little arrogant, good at almost everything, but her looks are her best feature, which can all be reflected in her party of strong but presentable and cool looking Pokemon. I already mentioned the 5th gym leader in Sharon, as in, of course, Sharon Needles. It just so happens that she got the ghost type, so she has to greet you in this zombie look. When you approach her, she will first start bleeding from her mouth and then will just say, "Boo!" Whereas at the end of the battle, she will say, "I look spooky, but I'm really nice." Her 3 ghost-type Pokemon party consists of Banette, Mismagius, and Gourgeist. Sharon is spooky, campy, some would say problematic, some would say edgy, but nonetheless game-changing when it comes to Drag Race. The 6th gym leader you will have to face on your journey burns when she walks the runway. That's right, it's Season 3 winner, Raja, the Fire-type gym leader. It would be cute if her dialogue to the player had to do with the Heather Booger split from Season 3. Her team consists of Talonflame, Female Pyroar, and Rapidash. Raja is very experienced, so expect a lot of potions and full restores from her. She's a perfectionist. She does put looks first though. She's also very smart and says things to please a majority's point of view, so sometimes she does come off as dishonest. Your penultimate challenge in the gyms department of the region is against Aquaria, the fairy-type gym leader. Aquaria is very friendly with you and comes off as goofy, but don't let that throw you off. She's a formidable opponent, now with 4 Pokemon in her party: Aromatisse, Florges, Clefable, and Gardevoir. As you can see, her Pokemon get progressively stronger, just as she did on her season. She's a young queen who puts looks first, but is still a good performer as well. Very outspoken, but still goofy. And the final gym leader you have to face before going on to facing the Elite Four and the champion is none other than the most recent winner of Drag Race, Jada Essence Hall. In an interesting turn of events, Jada got the Dark type, so she gets to present herself in the game in her gorgeous black wedding gown. The Dark type is usually associated with evil or mischievous Pokemon, but Jada is so accepting and such a nice person that she sees good even in those Pokemon. Her team consists of the always elegant and highly underrated Absol, Umbreon, Sableye, and Zoroark, which would take form of the strongest Pokemon in your party. Jada is elegant, polished, good at literally everything, smart, though sometimes maybe predictable. The Elite Four battles happen one right after the other, so you better stock up on those revives, full restores, and potions. The first Elite Four member is the fighting type trainer Jinx? What? No, trust me, I can rationalize this. Jinx on her season had to fight a lot to, firstly, be seen as proper competition by the rest of the girls, and secondly, just to win. It would also be fun to see her this spiritual, hippie-esque aesthetic, and then her fighting-type Pokemon. Jinx's team, kind of like her style on and off Drag Race, would be very versatile. So her party would include Mienshao, Hawlucha, Glade, Poliwrath, and her sort of signature Pokemon, Medicham. Jinx, while maybe not being the most polished looks-wise, is really funny, really smart, and a really good performer, alongside being very likable too and an underdog. The second Elite Four member is the Ice-type trainer, Sasha Velour. I toyed with the idea of her team being all Pokemon that are neither male nor female, because, gender is a construct tearing apart, and lucky for me, there are exactly 5 ice types that are sexless: Arctovish, Arctozolt, Articuno, Cryogonal, and Regice. However, 2 out of these 5 Pokemon are legendaries, and the rest, excluding the lovely baby Cryogonal, are abominations. Thus, her team will represent more of Sasha's style, and so she has Lapras, Jinx, Frostless, Glalie, and Alola Ninetales in her team. Sasha is very cerebral, very artsy, did you know that? And oh my god, not like other girls. She's very smart and outspoken, though her style is not the most conventional, so some people don't really resonate with it. The penultimate Elite Four member is Tyra Sanchez. Yeah, I know, James doesn't do drag anymore, but do you really think that reality has anything to do with a drag race Pokemon region? Pull yourself together. Tyra is the Dragon-type trainer. Her team of 5 Pokemon is as follows: Dragalge, Altaria, Kingdra, Hydreigon, and Garchomp. Tyra is smart, well-rounded, a bit of a polarizing figure, and very confident. So, basically exactly like most dragon types in Pokemon. The final Elite Four member, your last challenge before challenging the champion, RuPaul, is Bianca Del Rio, the Psychic-type trainer. As the Psychic-type trainer and the last trainer you have to beat before going up against the champ, Bianca's team had to be very versatile, a little unexpected, and very challenging. And thus, Bianca's team consists of Starmie, Gothitelle, Metagross, Sigilyph, and Gen 8's own Hatterene. Bianca is very experienced, very confident, good at pretty much everything, eager to help the less experienced queens, though she does rely on the "oh fuck you, it's comedy" crutch a little too much. And lastly, the champion, RuPaul, your biggest challenge. The queen that stands between you and the title of the champion. Her team consists of 6 level 100 Magikarp, who only know Tackle and Splash. Good luck. Once you beat Ru and are declared the champion, you can do a little post-game adventure. You get to take part in 5 battles against the winners of the 5 All-Star seasons, though there is a level limit for each one of the battles. The first battle is against a trainer whose Pokemon are only at level 10, and the levels increase in increments of 5 with each new trainer, so that the last battle is against a trainer whose Pokemon are level 30. For this challenge, out of your party of 6 Pokemon, who hopefully by this time have all reached or exceeded level 30, the levels of your Pokemon are fixed back to the needed levels. So, for example, let's say that you picked Ninetales and Starmie for your first battle. In this challenge, they will appear as level 10 versions of themselves, with the moves that they had when they were level 10. So, in this instance, you would have a level 10 Vulpix and a level 10 Staryu, assuming that you did not evolve either beforehand. This change has no effect on your real Pokemon. Consider the challenge just like a simulation. You might be like, but that's a stupid twist. Yeah, we're talking about All-Stars here. We would not be honoring its legacy by making the rules for the challenge totally logical. But yeah, you enter with 6 Pokemon and can choose an X amount of Pokemon per battle. You cannot select any Pokemon that are below level 30 to be part of your 6 Pokemon team. The order of the battles is from worst to best winner, though since All-Star seasons are full of tomfoolery and have been such since the first episode of the first season, I threw some of the previously established guidelines out of the way. So, for example, just because out of these 6, the grass type is the least used, that doesn't mean that the statistically weakest winner would be the grass type trainer. So, let's get into it. Trixie Mattel is the first trainer you have to face, and her 2 Pokemon are both at level 10. Thus, you choose 2 of your 6 Pokemon to go against her, but you don't know which type she is at first. Of course, you'll battle her and then know, but we're talking about minimal unpredictability. When you approach Trixie, she will just say, "Oh, honey," and the battle against her bug-type Pokemon will begin. Her team, which is very thematic, consists of a Combi, male or female, doesn't matter, this one here is female, and a Beedrill. Yeah, Beedrill is technically a hornet, but like Beedrill, Beedrill, bees, honey, whatever. Your next opponents are Trinity and Monet. So, yay, a double battle! Monet is ecstatic to be there, while Trinity is annoyed that she can't go one-on-one with you, and that her team is limited to one Pokemon. Trinity is a flying-type trainer, while Monet a grass-type trainer. Why? Honestly, those were the only two types left, but here's a really good reason for it. Flying type is super effective against grass type, so even though the Pokemon they fight with have more or less the same stats, Trinity's would in pretty much all cases beat Monet's, reflecting how much better Trinity did on All-Stars 4. The two level 15 Pokemon they send out are Trumbeak for Trinity, just because it always looks a little mad, but it's actually a really useful Pokemon just like Trinity, and a Cacnea for Monet, because like Monet, it's cute and seems really fun, but can get a little, excuse the pun, prickly. The third battle is against the most recent winner, Shae, and her team of 3 level 20 water-type Pokemon. Why is she a water-type? Well, honestly, just because I wanted to include this look of hers and imagine it as being her sprite in the region, and this look on her Instagram mimics the birth of Venus. Venus is Aphrodite in Greek mythology, she was born from water, amongst other things, yada yada yada. To stay with the team of Venus or Aphrodite, Shae's team's strongest Pokemon is Milotic, and she also has a Bruxish and a Corsola. Your fourth battle is up against the Poison-type trainer, Alaska. You all know what's coming. Her team of 3 level 25 Pokemon includes Trubbish, just because of her trash bag looks, and then, of course, Seviper and Arbok. And last, but certainly not least, Chad Michaels, the ground-type trainer. Originally, she was the water-type trainer, given that that type is the most used out of these last 6, and because of this look. And Shae was the ground-type because of her look, like, I wanted to have the same color palette. But then I got the whole thing with Shae and Birth of Venus, so I had to change it. However, I was still able to find a pretty okay correlation between Chad and ground-type. So, what is Chad sometimes called? Mother Dust. Yeah, dust doesn't mandatorily have to be from ground, but hey, it's the best that I could do. It was even harder picking her team because there aren't that many great ground-type Pokemon. Chad's team consists of level 30 Mudsdale, my favorite ground-type, Marowak, because Mother Dust, and then Nidoking and Nidoqueen, because like, king and queen. What do you get for beating this challenge? Well, nothing really, it's just a fun little extra thing to kill time. I also toyed with giving each one of the A gym members a couple of trainers that would appear in their gym as like those trainers you face before battling for the badge, but that would have been just so much work. So if you're down, you can leave your suggestions for that in the comments below. To give you an idea of what I was thinking, for example, in Eevee's normal type gym, you would have queens with really outlandish styles who are actually pretty chill. So, for example, Detox and Nina Flowers. And that's it. That's the video. I hope that more people will begin commenting in their mother tongues because I love reading that stuff, especially how English drag lingo translates to different languages that they're not native to. And now with Pokemon too. So, thank you for watching.